This is the hardcore legend, Mick Foley. Well, hello and welcome to Give Me a Oh Yeah. I hope everyone there, right there in Yorkshire, is having a nice day. Bang, bang. Have a nice day. Yeah.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the Gimme a Oh Yeah Wrestling Podcast. My name is Anne. I'm joined as usual by... I feel like the snort before the actual sort of dom was even louder than the dom itself. And today we are also joined...
Hey, finish my muh!
What?
Muh!
Okay, and we are also joined today by the dead man of the Gimme a Oh Yeah podcast. It's Dan. Welcome, Dan.
Welcome. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
You're welcome, dude.
See you, dude.
Dan is a fan of the podcast.
Beard.
Dan is a fan of the podcast, has to be part of it, and we said absolutely. And you can do the same. Just let us know in the comments,
He's
man.
not a fan of the podcast, is he though, Anthony?
What is he then?
Social media manager.
He is a social media manager. He also manages our Discord as well. So go check us out on there. The link is in the description. Rock and roll, Dan. Let's get to learn a little bit about you, and then we're going to shoot straight on with predictions. Dan, favorite wrestler of all time, my dude?
It sounds cliche to say it at the minute because of what's happening, but Undertaker.
Really?
That's
Okay.
Or Triple H, just because it was the first big wrestler that I really enjoyed watching his matches. Him versus Cactus Jack, 2000 Royal Rumble, probably in my top 3 favourite matches of all time.
Wow. Okay, so I don't even need to do the match question. Awesome. Favorite promotion of all time?
Favourite promotion of all time, probably ECW, late 90s, mainly because it felt real. You look at a lot of everything else, it was cartoony at the time, or it was just not very well booked. Attitude Era was good, but for everything all in, ECW 99, probably the pinnacle of professional wrestling.
Yeah,
Nice,
we love ECW. We had a great time watching the pay-per-view this last
Yeah.
I think it was last week, wasn't it? We did that?
It was last Saturday, man. It was good fun. Gives an ECW chant, Dom.
ECW, ECW, ECW.
Which leads us into our next question. Dan, what is your favourite type of flower?
I don't really have one. I buy a lot of lilies, but that's about it.
Lilies. Perfect. Perfect. We know everything about you. We know you're an Undertaker fan and you're going to have lilies at your funeral. Awesome. Rock and roll. Let's party with this straight away, Dom. What's the first match on the card, brother?
God damn it. How do you rely on me all the time? Do you know we were talking about the fan problem before we went on, right? I've just had to, I closed down the internet, right? I closed down the internet to stop the fan. So if my fan starts kicking off and you have loads of sound issues, this is on you, Anthony.
Well,
this is on
you know.
I've had to reopen the internet. Right?
Great. I'm pleased everyone's listening to our problems when they just want to hear about predictions. Maybe next time use your phone, dear. Use your phone.
Fine. Calm yourself. Get ready.
I'm ready.
Let's get ready to rumble. No, that's a different thing. Survivor Series 2020. Let's go. Raw Tag Team Champions versus SmackDown Tag Team Champions. New Day versus Street Profits. Am I going first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, cool. When you look at the Street Profits, I think of a budget. I think of a budget New Day. As much as I do enjoy the Street Profits, but I would prefer to see them both as singles competitors because I'm more excited by that. The New Day are going to take this. They are the kings, or the uncrowned kings of tag team wrestling in the WWE. So yeah, the New Day are taking this for me.
Rock and roll. I agree with you. I think the New Day are going to win this. I think that this story is all going to be about Big E. I think on the actual Survivor Series night, they're actually going to decide to start booking it as a brand versus brand thing, as opposed to what they've actually been doing. And it's going to be Big E at ringside who has to decide, is he going to go with a brand or is he going to go with a New Day? And ultimately, I think he's going to go with the New Day. Dan?
Yeah, same as what you've already said. New Day to me to win. I think it'll be a brilliantly athletic showing from both teams, and I've actually got this for my match of the night for performance.
Could be, man. Could be, definitely. What do you think, Dom?
I don't think it's going to be match. Well, actually, it might be the match of the night. Looking at the rest of the card,
I was going to say there's not a great card.
the women's match looks fantastic. So I'm going to say that might be my match of the night. But yeah, this will be good. Because the Street Profits are good. They're not great though, and that's what the New Day are. So the New Day are taking this, and Big E, Big E will probably get involved because the New Day is a brand. The New Day is a brand rather than just a tag team, and they will always continue to sell merchandise and make money for the company. So the New Day is dying when around the same time John Cena turns heel, and that is never happening.
Yeah, so, I agree. But do you agree with me that the Big E is going to be the story of this?
No.
Do you not?
No.
Okay.
But then I've not been watching SmackDown for the last few weeks, so I'll catch up with that when we do SmackDown later.
There we go.
But yeah, I mean, if Big E's a part of this, then he's obviously going for the New Day.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Man, like this, honestly, drinking pina colada while we do this makes everything way more exciting. Why don't I drink more when we do these things?
I really wish you would. I really wish you would.
My face feels warm. Like I don't drink a lot at all. But my face feels real nice and warm, and I'm actually looking forward to this now.
And Dom
I think get demonetized quite quickly with some of the things you'd come out with.
Oh, I know, absolutely. Welcome to the world of censoring, Dom. Welcome to the effects, Dom, of alcohol poisoning and making yourself feel warm. Dom, let's go on to the next match, man.
The United States Championship match versus United States Champion versus the Intercontinental Champion. We have Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. Bobby Lashley is a beast, and I enjoy the Hurt Business, but I do not enjoy the Hurt Business or Bobby Lashley as much as I enjoy Sami Zayn, who is a finely bearded, excellent villain at the moment, and I'm hugely, hugely into what he's doing. And so the mark in me, the wrestling fan wants Sami Zayn to win, right? I really want Zayn to win just because he's mint and he should have been world champion by now. But realistically with the Hurt Business, I think the Hurt Business are going to get involved and Bobby's going to win.
Cool. Yeah, I think there's a lot of matches on this card that are more likely to go SmackDown, and I don't think this match really matters. I don't think it's been built up very well at all, especially with the two not having much engagement up to now. So I'm going with Bobby Lashley for the win as well. Danny?
Yeah, in my notes that I've made, I've literally put the first two words, a throwaway match. If the Hurt Business don't get involved, I think it'll be an okay showing. Sami Zayn will come out of it looking good, going against a beast like Bobby Lashley. After this, Lashley needs to do something. Since he's held the title, nothing has been really done to show off his skills as a performer. If they are wanting to build to him versus Lesnar at Mania or something like that.
Yeah, man. No, you're right. They haven't really done anything, so it makes more sense for Lashley. And you're right. If they keep Lashley strong, then they can build that match. However, I think it's going to be a fun match. I think that the whole Sami Zayn cheating to win story that's been playing out the last few weeks is going to lead to a lot of Sami Zayn cheating to win in this match. A Hurt Business face again, because this is. It must be tonight, right?
Yeah, well, I guess so. Confusing booking all around from WWE at the moment, and. Yeah, I don't know whether to like or hate the Hurt Business. I think I like them more than I hate them, purely because Shelton Benjamin's in there, one of the greatest performers of all time, greatest wrestlers of all time, uncrowned. But yeah, I think I can't decide. Are they a tweener faction? Are they faces or are they heels? It annoys me. The Hurt Business kind of annoy me, but I want Sami Zayn to win. My heart wants Sami Zayn to win, you know?
I know, but we all think Bobby Lashley's going to win, yeah?
Yeah, we all think Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. Let's party on the next match, shall we? Unless anyone else has that to add.
The women's 5-on. Well, go on, Danny, go on.
No, not on that one.
Not on that one? What else? What have you got to add anything on anything else? Do you want to tack something on?
No, not yet.
All right. No pressure, man. No pressure. You hold back those you hold back those excellent notes until you're ready to unleash them onto the world. Okay, or the 5 people that will watch this, but you know what I mean. Right, 5 versus 5 Survivor Series match. Team Raw, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lana, Lacey Evans, and Peyton Royce versus Team SmackDown, Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and 2 undetermined members.
Okay, before we go into the match, let's predict the 2 other members for Team SmackDown.
Can you guys go first? Because you've been watching SmackDown more recently.
Yeah, certainly. My first prediction is for Natalya. The idea of her fighting every week to try and get in. I think that this week she's going to get in, unfortunately, but whatever. And my second person that's going to be in this is Rhea Ripley, as long as her ear's injured up because she ripped out 5 earrings on Wednesday night's NXT. Well, I think that Rhea Ripley is moving up, and I think that that's the story we're going to get on tonight's SmackDown. What about you, Dan?
I've gone Billy Kay because Billy Kay versus Peyton Royce would be a good dynamic after them splitting up. And I've picked Bayley.
Ooh, get her on the card.
Yeah, she deserves to be on the card. And I've actually got Bayley / Carmella, but I think we'll get to Carmella a bit later on.
Cool. What about you, Dom?
I'm going to echo your picks because I like your reasoning, Anthony. So Natalya and
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley. There we go. Yeah, Rhea Ripley's moving up as speculated on social media after Wednesday. And what a better time for us to do that than Survivor Series. I don't know whether we'll see her until Survivor Series. It might be left until the night to debut her, with Natalya maybe being cast in tonight. I think it'd be a smart business decision to bring her in. To bring Rhea Ripley in.
I actually think that what will happen is, because Liv Morgan wasn't supposed to be in the Survivor Series match. Obviously, it was supposed to be Chelsea Green with her debut, but after breaking her wrist during the match, they had to make a quick decision to change it to Liv Morgan. I actually think that what's going to happen is Liv Morgan's going to get attacked on the night and be put in for Rhea Ripley, probably.
Man, I love Liv Morgan. Don't say that.
Why? She can't wrestle.
Say that.
She can't wrestle.
You only live once, Anthony.
She can't wrestle. You only like Liv Morgan because she's very attractive. If you watch her wrestling,
no, I like Liv Morgan because she's cool and she's got a farm. Do you know she's got a farm?
I don't care.
She seems really lovely, you know. You know.
She's attractive. Yeah, I agree. Next, anyone? Oh, we haven't done the match yet.
You haven't done the match yet. Come on, mate. You fast forwarding.
Fast forwarding. I think that this is going to go to Team Raw again. I think I've got reasonings on other picks, and I think that you've got to give Raw some wins. And I think that this is going. Mind you, that's 3 that I've picked for Raw. Ooh. I think that this is going to be Team Raw. I think that Lana's going to be the person to pick up the win here and shock everyone, shock the world.
I like that.
Dan?
That's pretty good booking.
I've gone the other way. I've gone SmackDown, Bianca Belair to be a sole survivor. Mm-hmm. Lana try and help Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler get involved, cause them to get eliminated quickly. Depending on who comes in, depends on the final sort of dynamic of the match. But like I said, I've got Billy Kay to have some sort of interaction with Peyton Royce if she does come into it.
I didn't think about that. That's great.
I think that would be a
fun. I like that, Dan. I do like that. I think that would be really cool. I think people would want to see that. But I'm not sure we're going to see that yet.
No, I don't. But that's what I would like to see.
That's what you'd like to see, yeah.
Rock and roll. Dom, what have you got, man?
I think Raw and Lana stands tall at the end, just because, they're trying to build Lana apparently, and this would be a good time to, I guess, catapult her if they were going to do that and have her be the, SmackDown dominates surprisingly. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax have some kind of argument, and then Bianca Belair gets a roll up. I think SmackDown dominate this, and I think that's going to surprise a lot of people. But I think Lana will be the survivor. I think she'll be the underdog survivor, because everybody loves a good underdog story, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Lana's putting Nia through a table.
Yeah, could do.
That's what will be happening.
Could do to cost her her spot. Yeah, her place. Yeah, I think Team Raw winning this. Absolutely. Again, my heart says SmackDown because I prefer. I'm more of a fan of those guys personally. But I think if I was going to be a credible wrestling booker or credible wrestling predictions person, I would say Raw have to win.
Cool, rock and roll. Can we just talk briefly about Rhea Ripley? How do you think she's going to fare on main roster? I mean, we've had a lot of NXT call-ups in the last few years. We've had Shayna Baszler, who feels like a fail. She's currently after this sort of dominant run in NXT, she's now in a tag team with Nia Jax and was off TV for months and months, apart from one match at the Elimination Chamber when she looked dominant. Even sort of jobbing out to Becky Lynch almost at WrestleMania, even though she was probably pregnant at the time. Then we had, after that, we've had Bianca Belair, who's been off TV for months and months and months, and it feels like finally she's getting something, but it wasn't sort of a main roster call-up. However, I feel like Rhea Ripley might go a little bit differently because she's had that match against Charlotte at WrestleMania, which was possibly the best technical match at WrestleMania, certainly in terms of wrestling action. And you can argue whether the cinematics matches were better or not, but a lot of people agree that was brilliant. However, then she went back to NXT. So what do you guys think about that? How do you think she's going to fare on main?
Danny, you go first. Give me your thoughts, buddy.
I think it all depends on where she gets called up. If she goes to Raw, I think there's a lot better chance for brilliant technical matches and proper scraps. Putting her against Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, they're going to be very physical matches as long as Nia doesn't injure anyone again. If she goes up against someone like Asuka, you know it's going to be a brilliant match.
Yeah,
that's the match I would want. If she goes to SmackDown, does she come in as a heel? Because I don't know.
I don't know whether she works as a heel now.
No,
she's sort of so over, isn't she? Yeah,
very over.
The dynamic on SmackDown, I think she would be better as a heel.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Go for Sasha.
If you look at the women's roster, there's Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Sasha Banks. They're all sort of very feminine wrestlers. Not that Rhea Ripley's not feminine; she's just a bigger physical specimen that would go and dominate them, like Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax does in the same way. Which is why it all depends on where she goes. Depends on whether she would be a big success or not. I think.
Okay, interesting. What about you, Dom?
I think that at the end of the day, I think she's going to be a big face for a long time. I think it's going to, I think that she will have a day as a heel on main roster, but that's not coming for a while because, like we say, there's she's very over at the moment, very very, very popular among the sort of diehard NXT sort of fans and the NXT crowd that obviously watch the main roster stuff, and I think that a lot of people will. Don't watch NXT will invest in her because she's a very bad, she's a very bad bottom type of character, very kind of, kicking bum and taking names, so to speak. So I think there's a lot of scope for her to have great feuds with Bayley or with, or with Sasha. She's going to have some cracking matches, and I think she could maybe work in a similar way to say how Ciampa does on NXT, where. Obviously, he's geared to more as being a heel, but in fact, a lot of people just love him. So a lot of people love him. So I think we're going to see some serious tweener action when it comes to her on the main roster. What matches am I looking forward to the most? I think her and Nia Jax could be great. Just because I think she'd carry Nia Jax through a great match. Her and Bayley would be fantastic. There's obviously there is, you predict things like, her and Charlotte having another go. Legitimately, her and Ronda Rousey, you could actually see, if Ronda Rousey did return one day. Same with Becky Lynch. These unstoppable forces in the women's division. You could see. I'm not sure that Rhea Ripley would win those matches, but she would be a perfectly credible opponent where people could believe. First off, most importantly, that she could win. And that is something we don't get very much. So you got your Becky Lynches and your Charlottes. Very rarely do you have anyone you believe is actually going to beat them.
Do you think she'll get lost like Bianca Belair did and Shayna Baszler?
No. I think
she could. I think she could buck the trend of that. Actually,
I think so.
And go back to sort of Alexa Bliss levels, because Alexa Bliss come into NXT with not much hype around NXT, but actually main roster success was outstanding straight away.
Absolutely.
Really,
and you could argue the same for other people.
the only other one I can think of is Carmella, actually.
Well, yeah, but then you look at and I know this is going to sound strange, but you talk about mainstream appeal, like Elias. He's just had an album out and stuff. They've obviously got a lot of investment into him. He's not won any titles. Oh, has he won a title yet?
No,
I don't think so.
That's what I mean. It's sort of back burner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but no. But if you look at investment, he's been given some major feuds. He's been in segments with the Undertaker. There are select people, and I think Alexa Bliss and Elias are in that conversation. And I think set to join them will be Rhea Ripley.
Awesome. Cool. Should we go on to the next match? Sorry, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
I just want to pause you guys. There's nothing here, of course, because I've just got the card up about the Undertaker segment or anything about the Undertaker segment. So would you like to deal with that at the end, or would you like me to?
I think we'll deal with it at the end because I've got it in one of the matches.
Okay, cool. All right. So we have the Raw Women's Champion versus the SmackDown Women's Champion, Asuka and Sasha Banks. I think this is going to be the match of the night.
I don't think it can come.
And I think Bayley's going to cost Sasha. And Asuka's going to win.
Yeah, I think Sasha's going to win. I think Carmella's going to try and cost her. My issue with this match is the build. There's been no build. It's so disappointing. When you consider that the time investment that they've put into Drew and Roman, they have had no interaction between Sasha and Asuka. I think that is so disappointing. But I have Sasha winning. I think she's more important as a champion to get a win at the minute. And also, they've done nothing with Bayley. She's been off TV for weeks until she was in that 6-man tag match this Raw. Don't think we care about Asuka anymore at the minute. Dan?
Yeah, I've got Asuka hasn't done anything of note since really winning the title. A loss on her trajectory wouldn't really change her view from the people. I've got Carmella interfering because of what's been happening lately. But again, same as you guys, I've got Sasha winning. And I don't really think it'd be that great of a match. I don't know why. I don't think it will be.
I think the problem is there's no story there, dude.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, again, you guys have seen the build of this, but I think Asuka is gonna. I think Asuka's gonna take this. I think that it's gonna be somebody's gonna be costing Sasha Banks this win. And personally, I'm gonna book the trend here because I know you two are all out for Sasha, but I'm definitely saying Asuka for this.
I just think the stories with Sasha are more important at the minute. Even with Bayley, if you're going to do that later on down the line, you've got to keep Sasha looking strong because that's a big story and the biggest sort of women's story that they have right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really. Well, there's nothing to say about it because it's been rubbish to build. So should we move on?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Let's party. Sorry. Now it's there.
Right, men's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. Team Raw, AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Riddle versus Team SmackDown, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins, and one undetermined member. And I've just remembered your one undetermined member and who it's going to be, Anthony.
Predictions for who that person is going to be. Obviously, we are filming this before SmackDown. Who do you think, Dom?
Well, can you go first?
Yeah, it's going to be The Undertaker. It's going to be The Undertaker. The Undertaker's come in tonight on SmackDown to help promote Survivor Series on Sunday and actually build some hype for this pay-per-view. And the fifth member is going to be The Undertaker. Straight away, you've got the story there of AJ Styles and The Undertaker actually being in a ring together. Also, The Undertaker debuted in a Survivor Series match with Bruce Pritchard walking him down for Team $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And here he is coming down again with Bruce Pritchard, and he doesn't have to do much in the match because it's a Survivor Series match. Deliver that tombstone. There we go. So what about you, Dan? Who do you think the fifth member is going to be?
I've got Undertaker, but if it wouldn't be him, because they could do a big segment on his own, or him costing AJ Styles his place in the match, I've got Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, God, no.
I don't know why, but I think it'd be a good area for him to show off his skills. The storyline with Seth Rollins, they could be at each other's throats. I just think that could be a good bit of story in there. I've got Raw winning with Keith Lee and Sheamus being the final two. Build up Keith Lee, and then Sheamus, big win, going up against Drew McIntyre.
Oh,
Yeah, I think Sheamus and Drew's happening next. Yeah, definitely.
That's good. Oh, we'll have you back, Dan. That's some sexy booking. Because I was too busy getting set up and stuff before, I didn't get a chance to say how great it is to have you on here, mate. Honestly, love your thoughts on wrestling. Love your thoughts on wrestling. Love having you here, mate. It's nice to hang out with you. Nice to talk wrestling with you on the Gimme a Whole Year Wrestling podcast, mate. Good booking. Good bloody booking, mate.
Very good. Dom, who you got? Who you got, do you?
Okay, mate. Okay.
Who's the fifth man?
So, I think that they're going to have a standalone segment for The Undertaker, right? And we're going to get Savio Vega and all these people that are rumored to be there, right? Yeah?
I mean, right, yes, right.
And then, during this segment, the Fiend is going to come out, right?
Sorry, Dom, who's your fifth person before you start geeking out about the Fiend?
No. Right, okay. The Fiend's coming out, right? I'll get to that. I'll get to it.
Great,
the Fiend's
go on.
coming out, right? And they're going to have a little stare down. That's all it's going to be. They're going to have a stare down. The Fiend's
who has a stare down?
The Fiend's going to poof off. What?
Who has a stare down?
And the Undertaker are going to have a stare down.
So the Undertaker is your fifth man. I mean, if you'd established that first, maybe people would have a clue what you're on about. But you're just girling out over the Fiend again.
I haven't said it yet. I haven't even told you who my fifth man's going to be.
I know, but my feet are wet because you're clearly dribbling.
The segment next is a segment separate from this, right? So you got your segment with the Undertaker. And he does the thing, and he comes down, and it takes 20 minutes to come down, have an entrance, and he sits there, and he stands there, where he takes his hat off, and he says, thank you, in like 5 words to everybody, and then he's about to leave the ring, and the Fiend comes, and he stares him down, and that's it. Poof, the Fiend goes away. It's only like 10 seconds or 20 seconds or something, right? Okay. And then the SmackDown Survivor Series match. This segment it's like the first thing or the second thing that happens on Survivor Series. This segment that I've just said, right? Get to the Survivor Series match, right? Get to the Survivor Series match, and the Undertaker is the one undetermined member of SmackDown for the reasons that you aforementioned. You listed, which I agree with and I respect. Okay, the Undertaker is that second man. But wait, hold up. So, by the way, before you call me a fanboy, this was all going to be Sting. Before he lost his contract. So don't you be telling me that I'm a Fiend fanboy because it was going to be Sting. Right? But then Sting ain't here anymore. He's lost his contract unless he's been re-signed. But we don't know about it by now because the internet, right? So, it's not Sting, it's the Fiend. Anyway, right? So, the Undertaker shows up. He's the fifth member. The lights go out in the middle of the Survivor Series match, right? He does the ba-dum and the lights go down, right? Hold up. The Fiend doesn't show up. The Fiend is nowhere to be seen, but AJ Styles gets a phenomenal forearm and eliminates the Undertaker. Right? Setting up for a cinematic match further down the line between the Undertaker and the Fiend, but also putting over AJ Styles as the guy that beat the Undertaker on his last night ever in WWE. And that's my prediction.
Wow. So you predicting Raw wins, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. I like you booking. Here's my issue with it, right? How can you promote Undertaker's last show and use it as a way of getting to another match?
Because this is special.
This is his last show.
Yeah, but how many times?
I agree. I don't think it will be.
How long, Anthony? And you know I respect and love you as a wrestling fan, as a friend, and all that, right? How long is his contract?
Yeah, 15 years. I get that. I get that, and I don't think it's the last. No, I don't. Go on.
You think we're never seeing, never ever again we're never going to see the Undertaker.
No, I absolutely think that we're going to see the Undertaker. That is not what I'm saying. If you listen, what I'm actually saying is that I don't think it's fair for WWE to promote the last ever show of the Undertaker and use it to set up another event.
But it wasn't fair that Kaylee Ray was promoted for the Impact show, but they did it business. Business is business.
And that was a terrible decision by Impact, who as a company looked...
It will go down as a terrible decision. We'll all groan at the end of Survivor Series. It will be a terrible decision for us as fans who've been told that it's Undertaker's last appearance. But business is business is business. And Vince McMahon thinks about the almighty dollar over us tiny little hulomaniacs talking about his business on a podcast.
Yeah, I just don't see him using this to set up a match between the Fiend and the Undertaker. I'm not saying it won't happen in the future, but I don't see them using this as the vehicle for that. Dan, what do you think, mate?
So you're saying sorry, Dan. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
He's fangirling over the Fiend. You can't interrupt him when he's fangirling over the Fiend. Go on.
Right. Dan, I just want to say because I just rudely interrupted.
You kidding me?
Well, it's fine. Right, beat me, right.
This is how wet he gets over the bloody Fiend, man. He can't even control himself.
I'm just right. Like, hold on. Whoa, calm down. Right, I'm sorry I interrupted you, Dan, because you're the more important. Like, seriously, having you on here, man, bloody rules, and I'm
get your bloody thought out.
What? Right, okay, I'm just finishing. Right, I've forgotten what I was going to say now. But right, what I mean. Hang on. Right, hold on. So, right. So you're agreeing with me that this is going to happen at some point.
Yes.
You're agreeing with me that we're going to see the Undertaker again, potentially in a cinematic match with the Fiend. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. But the time for that is not going to be at Survivor Series to set that up.
But you're not telling me that my booking is completely atrocious because you're saying that it might happen.
I think your booking is absolutely wonderful. However, I don't think it's right for WWE to use this final match as a way to promote that.
I will take that. And I will shut up for Dan to speak his piece. Go forth, Mr. Hargreaves.
With Ant. I think that the Fiend and the Undertaker will have a cinematic match, but I see it being started at the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
For WrestleMania, and that will be the Undertaker's pretty much bowing out sort of time.
This is what I mean. How can this happen? Because this is what I'm talking about. It's horrible. It's horrible business because they're advertising it as his last bloody match, and here we are, fantasy booking a year down the line.
But the thing is, Bray Wyatt, it's important for him to have that win over the Undertaker ultimately because that tells part of the story of Bray Wyatt's history and the Fiend being able to rewrite that history. However, look, the booking it is the last thing, and I don't think they can use this as a vehicle to set it over. I quite like your idea of AJ Styles beating him. It'd be a nice way for Undertaker to bow out. I seem to think they'll keep the Undertaker strong, though, and he'll win against AJ. It'll be Tombstone to win, so that's my prediction.
Cool.
Sorry, Dan, have you got any more thoughts, man?
No, I don't like Dom's booking, but I just don't think it will happen yet. No. I think that will be a bit further down the line, so... But, again, Dom, you're not wrong in your booking. Yeah. I just don't think it's going to be this soon yet.
But he's a fan girl.
That's cool, lads. Well,
we know.
I appreciate that. Lads. I appreciate that you agree with my booking. You know, that's fine. Agree with it for the future. But, like, you know how you said to me, Anthony, how it's unfair and stuff? Like, how do you think, like, if you were both booking WWE into 2021, how do you think they could swing it? How would they swing it? Would they just ignore the fact that they had all this marketing and he's been on TV in the UK saying it's his last ever match and he's going to have a match with Piers bloody Morgan if he's going to come out of retirement, all that knackers, right? How would you book it after this? So Dan's Royal Rumble booking's awesome. Yeah, great.
I'd just go Royal Rumble. Just cost him the Royal Rumble match. Have the Fiend go on a tear, have Undertaker disagree with it, and have him cost him the Royal Rumble match.
So do they need to bring that? Do they need to bring it up? Are they just going to leave the fact that they're promoting? I think
they just leave it. But what you can't do at this event, I don't think, is with the amount of attention, media attention that this has got, and sort of global marketing. It was on Hot Ones, man. It was great. I I think that he needs to, I think that leave it and then just bring him back at Rumble and just forget about it. He's had his last match millions of times before. We've all accepted that he's coming back tonight. It's fine.
Yeah, no, fair enough, lads. Fair enough. Yeah. You ready to move on?
Oh, mate. I mean, do you need to change your knickers or?
No, I've just look. All right, I've had a pina colada. All right, I just had some idea. I had some booking that I wanted to get out. I've had a bit of, lovely little bit of pina colada from the Brain Jar in Hull, and I'm feeling fine, and I just wanted to share some of that booking with you. And I was enthusiastic. It's not about being wet in the knickers, because I told you before it was going to be Sting. It would have been Sting. All that Fiend stuff would have been Sting. I would have even mentioned the Fiend on this pay-per-view if Sting still had a contract.
Next match.
I wouldn't have even mentioned it.
Next match! Okay.
Wouldn't have even mentioned it. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. Okay. Drew's been on a complete tear. He's had a right good last few weeks. Smashed it completely. He's in the mainstream media challenging what's-his-face Tyson Fury to matches. He's all up. He's in all the papers because he sung that tune that's associated with the Scottish national team. We got a press release about it to the Soundsphere email. What was it? Yes, Sir, I Can Boogie. Apparently that was sung by the Scottish national team when they qualified for the Euro 2020 championships next year. And because Drew sang that, he's been in all the papers and stuff, and because he's a massive Rangers fan, whatever. So he's had all this stuff. He's had all this positive, good vibes around Drew bloody McIntyre winning the title on Raw, and he's going to bloody lose it. He's going to lose it to Roman Reigns because we're all up Roman Reigns' bum. We're all up Roman Reigns' bum right now because he's having a right good session. He's having a right good session on SmackDown as a heel.
What are you on about?
Anthony's right. Anthony's right. He's the best thing on SmackDown from what I've seen anyway. And he's probably got the best gimmick. He's probably the most...
Dom, 1 second, mate. So you're saying that Drew McIntyre is losing the title to Roman Reigns?
Is that the stipulation here?
No, that's not the stipulation, but that's what you said. That's why I'm really confused.
No. I didn't say anything about a title. I didn't say anything about a title. I said that Drew McIntyre is losing tonight.
Okay. You said he's losing the title, but go on.
Did I?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Go on.
Right.
How many pina coladas have you bloody had? Go on.
What?
How many pina coladas have you had?
Just the one, mate. That's why I don't drink.
No.
That's why I don't drink. I was before we came on, let's support the Brain Jar, cool local business. And obviously they have like pizzas, but they also have the only drinks they have are booze. And I was like, I haven't had a pina colada in ages, and it's probably really bad for me, whatever. But I'll have one, and and then the food came like 5 minutes before we had to do this, right? So I can't bring a pizza up here and start scoffing a pizza because I'd never bloody say anything because I'd be scoffing a pizza. You're probably wishing I had.
I bloody wish you did bring up that bloody pizza. The amount you are talking rubbish this evening. Finish up, right? Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. Go on.
I didn't bring the pizza up, but I brought the pina colada up, and here we are. So right, Roman Reigns is winning this match. He's destroying Drew. It's gonna be like a flipping 5-minute match. He's gonna destroy him. Destroy Drew, and it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be a terrible thing for us in the UK and for European WWE fans. But that is what's happening. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Drew's on fire because he just won the championship. Drew's having a right good session. He's having a right good few weeks, and then it's all gonna be destroyed by the tribal chief Roman Reigns." That's my prediction.
Great. I think that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just let people rewind and watch it again if they want to see Dom's prediction.
We'll do a timestamp for it.
Roman Reigns is my prediction.
Oh, very good. Roman Reigns is my prediction. I think he's winning this, possibly with the help of Jey Uso or some sort of distraction. I don't think it's going to be a squash, as Dom says. I think it might be a bit of a slow match, though, to be perfectly honest, which I'm a little bit nervous about. But we will see. It's a big match, but I think Roman Reigns is getting the win here. What about you, Dan?
Roman Reigns to win. Drew can afford a loss because of how much of a tear he's been on. He'll still feel like a champion coming out of it. You'll go back to Raw on Monday. It won't even feel like he's had a loss if he does. They're looking at Drew versus Sheamus. So if that starts next week on Raw or the week after, we're presuming it's going to happen at the Royal Rumble. So it doesn't make a difference if Drew loses because we know he's a champion. If you're going further down the line, Drew versus Sheamus at the Royal Rumble makes a good bit of logical sense for it to start next week or the week after to start that build for it.
Excellent. Right. Yeah, good booking, man.
Can I just add a point to what Dan was saying? Because Dan's booking's been on point this evening. Right, what if Jey Uso comes down, right, on SmackDown? I'm sorry, not on SmackDown, on Survivor Series. What if Jey Uso comes down to help Roman Reigns, but Sheamus comes down to help Drew, but then Pro kicks Drew, and then Roman Reigns wins, setting up Dan's excellent booking for the future between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Really good idea.
Yeah.
Sweet!
I mean, you've thrown a lot of darts and you finally hit one. But
you said my booking with The Fiend was good.
It was, well, yeah, but apart from the fact that it's, yeah, anyway. Let's not try and drag it back into The Fiend. Yeah, I think both of your bookings are good. I think, yeah, Roman wins. Any more predictions for this match?
Nope.
I have one. I agree with you. I think that Sheamus is going to come in and turn on Drew, bro kick him. I think he's going to get speared a couple of times by Roman Reigns. I think Jey Uso is going to get involved. I think Drew will look good fighting them off for a moment, but I think that this is then going to lead to something else. I think this is going to lead to a successful cash-in from The Miz.
What?
I think if you're going to have it, it sort of makes sense now because this is like all the odds against Drew. And I don't think The Miz would keep it for long. I think that The Miz could lose it at the next pay-per-view, lose it at Raw even. But I think that this is the right time to have...
That'd be good, I suppose, with all the media attention you were alluding to earlier.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that The Miz is a challenge for Drew, but let's be honest, he's not a challenge for anyone, really. But the idea of Drew having 5 people, including Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Sheamus, Miz, and Morrison, being the reason that he lost for the title, builds up to the story of the next few weeks of how unfair that was for Drew, for him winning it for a third time. And I know it's a bit hot potatoey, but I don't think it matters, which then builds up to Sheamus and Drew again.
Cool beans. Yeah.
Good idea.
Like it, man. Like it. I'm not sure whether that happens, but
I'm not sure.
Either one of our things, either Sheamus thing or whatever, or that would work.
Yeah.
Cool.
You got any more opinions, Dan, that you want to share, my dude?
I think it's been a poorly promoted set of matches.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't feel like a Big Four pay-per-view at the minute.
No.
I think it will do by the end if all that stuff... If we, with our fantasy booking, predicted what happened on that pay-per-view, people will be talking about it for ages. Like, if Sheamus costed Drew, if Miz cashed in, if The Fiend came out, or whatever... people would be talking about that pay-per-view. So I think we've just saved Survivor Series, lads. I think we, in Hull, have just saved Survivor Series. So if Vince, if you happen to be listening in the next 2 days, mate, we've got you. We've just saved your pay-per-view, mate. It was bloody terrible before.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to disappoint. But yeah, we will see what happens. Dan, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for joining us every night in chat and stuff like that. You all know who Dan is now. This is Dan. And if you want to get involved, please write in the comments below. We've got one other person queued up to come, I think. And then after that, it's sort of free game. So give us a shout and we will get you on the show. Dan. What do you have to promote? What do you have to promote on behalf of the Gimme a Hull Yeah Wrestling podcast? What is it that you manage for us, and how's it going?
I keep my eye on the Discord channels that we've got. We've got gaming sections for people who play PC, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever you game on. You can come and have a chat with us. We're all in there, me, Dom, and quite a few other people at the minute. We've got a good sports section. We've been having chats on American football, proper football, pretty much everything really on there. We've got our prediction section, which we can always put our predictions in there before the pay-per-views.
I want people to go write their predictions in there. Yeah. Get your predictions. We'll be reading it, man.
We've also got a fantasy booking section. So if you want to plan a storyline for a few characters for months in advance, you can always put that little bit in there for it. We've got an announcements news section. So if you've got something you want to promote yourself, whether it's you've done something that you're quite proud of, or you've got something that you want to announce, whether it's wrestling news, whether it's personal news, it's all good. We can put it in there for you, or you can put it in yourself. But yeah, come down, have a chat. We're all here. We're all friendly guys. Come and have a laugh.
Beautiful.
Perfect, man.
Yeah, honestly, mate, isn't that bloody great? When we set this up like a few years back, did we even dream of having a Dan Hargreaves? You know,
no, man, perfect.
Brilliant, mate. Honestly, I walked into a phone shop last year, whatever, and who knew this was going to happen, man? Honestly, mate, so grateful to you. So grateful to you for being here. So grateful to you being part of the podcast, man. Thank you so much.
I'm grateful for you having me, letting me come on, give my thoughts, give my views,
all
and
good,
helping out
my
in
friend.
the way I can.
It's all good. You know we'll be doing it in the future. Thank you so much. And please do go check out that Discord because we will be using it more and more within the channel. A really great way to communicate with people outside of the actual videos that we do. Rock and roll. Dom, sign us out, my love.
All righty then. Okay, guys, wherever you are in the world, what I'd like you to do on my 5 count, that's when I finish my 5 count down from 5 to 1. I want you to whisper, say, or shout the words, oh, yeah. Are you ready?
Dan, do you want to do the 5 count?
Wait, what? Are you not ready yet?
No, I'm not. Dan, do you want to do the 5 count?
I can do the 5 count if you want. I've learned to count.
Dan, do the 5 count, my friend, as our guest. Let's sign it out, Dan.
Finish us off.
Finish us off. Dom was finished halfway through with The Fiend, let's be perfectly honest.
Everyone ready? Give me a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit that like button.
Oh yeah! Oh, yeah! Rock and roll. Cheers, guys.
This is the hardcore legend, Mick Foley. Well, hello and welcome to Give Me a Oh Yeah. I hope everyone there, right there in Yorkshire, is having a nice day. Bang, bang. Have a nice day. Yeah.